Walking up towards Plugge's Plateau from the beach is still a challenge, despite the presence of a path. This is the Plugge's Plateau Cemetery, and this is the point from which one Turkish platoon was based, ready to defend Ari Banu, or to at the very least alert other reserves of a possible Allied landing. From this vantage point, that Turkish platoon could see North Beach, the highlands ahead of North Beach, and of course in the distance there, the centre distance, the Suvla Bay battlefield, which would become such an important place in August. But their view over the Ari Banu beach below was somewhat obscured by the Ari Banu headland, making their ability to fire onto the beach rather challenging. After examining the view from Plugge's Plateau, we headed east to the easternmost edge of the plateau so that we could get a view of the second ridge. The ground was rough. Even though the vegetation has changed considerably, there's still potholes and ditches, and you have to mind your feet as you're walking along this area. This is the view of the second ridge from Plugge's Plateau. Up on the skyline there was the front line. And this is the valley below it, Monash Valley, and the ridge that we would soon walk up.
Yeah, it's going to help you work off that gosling, mate. So after we came down
Plugge's Plateau,
we decided to split from the group and try and make it up to Russell's Top ourselves. I'll just turn the camera around and see what we've got ahead of us. There is a path, a recently built path that goes up to Russell's Top, but we sort of noticed that, of course, the paths weren't here in 1915, and those soldiers that came over that first ridge, as soon as they noticed this in front of them, it must have been quite disheartening and worrying, and they weren't expecting to see another quite, foreboding ridge like this in front of them. But they kept going, as I said, in small groups here and there, but it must have been a confusing race to the summits ahead of them, with Turkish soldiers firing at them, some Turkish soldiers hiding in scrub to appear behind them as they went past, as snipers. A very confusing, frightening time. We're going to try and make it up to Russell's Top now. Just right up this path up here, and hopefully neither myself nor the kids will have a heart attack.
the stairs are new, and they make the going a little bit easier, but it's still pretty hard work getting up to the top of Russell's Top. This is the Razorback Ridge and the view of North Beach beyond. And we can see the rough ground north of Plugge's Plateau that made it so hard for those landing soldiers to get through north of this area. Eventually we got to Russell's Top. The ground really shows what the soldiers had to deal with on the day.